All right, let's look at simplifying a rational expression that has negatives in it. I mean, we've had negatives before, but sometimes they create a tricky problem on their own. So remember, when we're simplifying rational expressions, all we're really doing is factoring and crossing out parentheses or unattached variables that are exactly the same. That's what we're looking at. So let's start here with this one here. So if we're looking at just the top and we want to factor just the top, we look at this here, we know there's no greatest common factor, and we say, well, we're going to use the x. But the problem that we have is that we have this negative sign in front. We never had a negative sign in front before, and it causes some real problems when we're trying to figure out the factors. So the first thing we want to do is remove that negative. Factor out the greatest common factor of a -1. So let's watch what happens here. If we take out a -1, then we're left with positive x squared, negative 8x, and positive 16. Okay, on the bottom we still have x to the third minus 4x squared. Now at this point we can do factoring with a positive x squared, and it's a whole lot easier. So we're going to have our -1, we're going to use the x for this one. Oh, we also notice that's a perfect square. So it's going to be x minus 4 times x minus 4. -4 times -4 gives us our positive 16, and -4x and -4x gives us our negative 8x. Now on the bottom, we are going to take out a greatest common factor of x squared, and we're left with x minus 4. So when we do that, now we have two x minus 4s that we can cancel out, and our answer is going to be negative x minus 4 over x squared. Now, over here is the ones we had more trouble with. All right, so let's take a look at this first. First of all, let's look at our unattached free agents here. There isn't a plus or minus attached to it. It's not like glue. So we can reduce anything over here. So we can say, all right, we can divide both of these by 3 and cross these guys out. We'll be left with 5 on the top and 2 on the bottom. We have 5 a's on the top, 2 a's on the bottom. We cross them all out and we're left with 3 a's on the top. 1 b on the top, 3 b's on the bottom. We cancel them all out. We're left with 2 b's, or a b squared on the bottom. All right, here's our problem though. This is a 5 minus a, this is an a minus 5. They are not the same thing. This is a -5, this is a positive 5. This is a positive 5, this is a negative 5, because remember, what's in front of the number stays with the number. Okay, but we can see that they're kind of the same thing, so this is where we artificially take out a negative. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take out a negative from either the top or the bottom, it doesn't matter. So watch what happens. If I take out a -1 here, then I'm going to change this to a -5, and I'm going to change this to a positive a. So check it out. Negative times a negative gives me my positive 5. Negative times a positive gives me my negative a. Okay, down here in the bottom I still have a minus 5. But look at this. -5, -5. Positive a, positive a. Essentially all I did was flip those guys around by putting a negative here. So now we're going to have the negative, bring that out to the front, 5a to the third. This we can flip around now to a minus 5, because it's a -5, a positive a. 2b squared times a minus 5. Now we can cancel out the a minus 5s. The difference is now we have a negative in front where we didn't have it before, and that's going to be our answer. -5a to the third over 2b squared. Okay, can't go any further. Nothing else reduces. And remember, you know you love math.